This is the Paint with Faith in. We're a motivational painting company.
We are a motivational painting company.
All you need in your life for your dreams and goals, just some motivation, some guidance, and some faith in yourself. Remember, your life is a canvas, painted with faith. I know I can. Paint what I want to paint. If I don't know the way, I can paint with faith. I know I can. Paint what I want to paint. If I don't know the way, I can paint with faith.
Hi everyone. Hi. Hello. Welcome to a new day. And I hope that you guys are all as excited as I am to paint with faith today. My name is Kathrina and I am with Paint with Faith. We are a mobile motivational painting company and we believe that you can do all things with a little bit of motivation, guidance, and some faith in yourself. So, we want you to believe. Listen up. We want you to believe that you can achieve any goal you set your mind to. So repeat after me. If I believe, I can achieve, I can achieve. If I believe, I can achieve. Now please, please, please say it like you truly believe it. If I believe, I can achieve. I can achieve. All right, y'all, we're going to get started today. We're going to do a painting of some koi fish. I love koi fish because, you know, it's summer, everyone is enjoying being by the water, and me, myself, I love being by lakes. So, in my backyard, we have a pond, and I love sitting out there, and I love watching the koi fish, and I love watching all of the life that's just underwater. So, if you have the opportunity to be around water this summer, perfect. I love it. If not, you know, we're going to paint it today, and we're going to paint it with faith, and we're going to just imagine what it is like to just swim in water like a koi fish. So I'm going to get us set up here on our camera, and then you're not going to see me, but you're going to see our canvas, and you're going to see us achieving our goal on our canvas, which is our koi painting today. So it's going to take me a minute to get set up, and then I'm going to see you all back in a minute. All right, everyone. So we are going to get started with our koi fish painting. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and take your big brush and just wet it a little bit with some water. Go ahead and wet your big brush with some water. I have all my paints here ready and my paintbrush is ready. So I have green, I have red, I have blue, I have yellow, I have white, and I have black here ready for me. All right, and I want you to go ahead and make sure you have all your paint colors ready. Green, red, blue, yellow, white, and black. So I'm just here, I get my brush ready by putting a little bit of water on it. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put some white paint on my brush. I'm gonna put some white paint on my brush, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start putting some white paint on my canvas. Now what this is gonna do is, because my brush is wet, and because it has white paint on it, this is bringing to life my canvas. I'm getting my canvas ready for me to paint. So I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna paint in white. And if you need to, you can go ahead and put a little bit more water on your brush, get some white paint, and then come back to the canvas. So after I've done that, I am going to use some of this blue paint So I'm going to use my brush and get some blue paint on my canvas. And you're going to see it's coming in not dark blue like how it was when I poured it out of the can, but it's coming out like a little bit light blue. So I'm going to do this all across my canvas. I'm going to take some blue and I'm going to bring it back on. And I am going to want some darker areas. So we're going to go in and we're going to layer. The thing I love about acrylic is that you can go in and you can layer. Also, a good thing about acrylic paint is that it dries super quickly. So that allows us to go back and make any adjustments to anything that we feel needs fixing from some lessons that we learned. Remember, in painting, there are no mistakes in art. No mistakes in art. Only opportunity to learn. We're gonna go ahead and fill it up with blue. I love this blue. Go ahead and fill it up with blue. And the longer your strokes are, the smoother your paint comes out. So I'm going to come back and I'm going to layer some more blue. I want some of the middle of the canvas to be really dark. So we just go in and we put some more layer in there. Awesome. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Great job. So now that our canvas is all blue, I want us to take some time to go ahead and clean off your brush. Go ahead and clean off your brush. And after you've cleaned off your brush, I'm going to take my small paintbrush here, and I'm going to get it ready with just a little bit of water. Just a little bit of water. And then I'm going to go in for my green. So let's go to our green paint. And I'm going to take some green paint here. And we're going to make some circles on our canvas. So I'm going to start right here in our corner. This is where we're going to start, right here in our corner. We're just going to come in and we're going to paint some green here. I'm going to do like a big circle, a semi-big circle. I'm going to come in and we're going to do some good. Good. So we have a semicircle there, and then I'm going to come right here at the top of that circle, and I'm going to do another little circle right here. Get some more red, some more green on our paintbrush. We're going to go ahead and layer that in. Layer that in. Now it's going to take our paint some time to dry, but while it's doing that, we're just creating our outlines here. So now we're gonna go just under this. We're gonna do another circle right here, coming out. Now you know that we're making a koi fish pond picture. So I wonder if you can guess what we're doing here. I wonder if you can guess what we're making. I wonder if you can guess what we're making. I'm gonna make a little small circle, semicircle here. And then I'm gonna do another one coming out of it here. Good job. So we're gonna make another semicircle right down here at the bottom, right here. And then we're gonna do another semicircle a little bigger. So now we have some semicircles here on our canvas. I have the Paint with Faith song stuck in my head. If I believe, I can achieve, I can achieve. So I love going back and just making some precision lines. It's like almost as if, oh, Kathrina drew outside the line. So I go back and I just make some precision lines. And now, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna make some shades here. So I'm gonna take some of my green, a little bit of my green, and make it make another spot with green on my paint palette, on my plate. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of black. You don't wanna take too much because then it's gonna be a little too dark. Just a little bit of black, and you're gonna mix it in with that green. And we're gonna make some dark green here. I wanna put some shades in the water. So we're gonna go ahead and mix that up. So I'm here mixing in some green with some black to make some dark green here. And I really love black because it gives contrast. So if you want to make some contrast in your image, then we're going to go in and we can do that with some dark green. So I go in here and I'm going to fill in some of my circles with dark green. Just fill in some of my circle with some dark green here. I've done that with one circle, and we filled out like 3/4 of the pie, right? So we're gonna do that here too. We're gonna fill some in here. And we're not gonna quite fill up the whole pie for this circle. We're gonna just fill in some of it. Just 1/4 of the pie. Awesome. Good job. And then here we want some definition and some shade. So we're gonna do it right here. Awesome job, you guys. And now we're gonna keep doing that. We're gonna come here on this side, on the right side of our canvas, and keep shading it. Some of that dark green. And what you can do to blend it in, you can take some of that light green and start bringing it in slowly. And then what that'll do is it'll give it like almost an ombre look. I'm just gonna go in and put some lines in here. I also love working with lines. Because if you use your paint brush in certain directions, then it like gives the illusion that you're creating lines on the page. But it's really just, it really gives it a textured look. I really like that textured look. So we're gonna go in and we're gonna put some of that dark green in. We're gonna mix it with some of that light green. We're gonna make sure we get those lines in there. Now we're still using our dark green, and we're gonna do the same here. We're gonna go ahead and put some of that dark green in this all here. As you can see, I still have our Paint with Faith anthem song stuck in my head. And that's good because it makes me remember that if I believe, I can achieve. And remember, there are no mistakes in art, guys. We're just learning. Awesome. Wow, this is looking really good. I love this. Just gonna go ahead and fill some of this in too. Now, if you run out of that dark green, you can always go in and make more. So me, I'm gonna make a little bit more of that dark green. I think I'm gonna fill this all in. This semicircle here, I'm gonna fill it all in because I love that dark green here. Yeah, I definitely need to make some more. And if you need to make some more, go ahead and make some more with me. I'm gonna make some more dark green. Okay. Awesome. This looks really great. Now I'm pulling all my strokes. If you can see what I'm doing here, I'm pulling all my strokes into the middle of this circle, because what it's doing, it's giving me some texture, and I really want like the texture of those lines coming in. I really like that here, and how it's doing that in some other places too. I don't know if you noticed those lines on your page, but on your canvas. Awesome. Okay, so we have one more circle to put some dark green in. I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna do some here. Just a little bit on this one. Good. And then I'm just gonna put a few lines, maybe 3 or 4. You know, I like what I did. You see, we uncover. Okay, bam. I love that. So now I'm going to take the opportunity to clean out my brush. And then you see how we use that dark green? I want to go back. Into our green, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a light green here. So I'm going to make another little spot of paint here by taking some of my original green paint and making a new place on my paint pad, and then I'm going to take a little bit of white and mix that in there. Now I don't want to make it too light, just a little lighter than my regular color green, excuse me. I'm gonna mix that in there really, really well. And I'm gonna come back to my canvas and we're gonna get that light green in there. Oh, I love that. And then we're gonna go ahead and remember that gradient effect. We're gonna do that with some of that dark green that we had there. We're gonna go ahead and blend that in. Oh, I love that look. Mm-hmm. 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 Good job. And we're going to do that with some of our others as well. And I'm going to keep following that stroke into the middle of my pie. We're going to do that all the way around. Maybe blend some of this in. I like blending. Blend a little bit of it in, not too much. Very nice. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do the same thing here. In some places where my dark green is dried too quickly, I'm just gonna go in and blend that in some more. I'm gonna do that here too. Opportunity to mix and bring some texture here. Awesome. I love that. Okay. Good. We're gonna bring some of our light green in here as well. I'm gonna bring some of that original green in too to give some varied color. So go back to our normal green and our light green, and we can mix those together here so that it's like an easy blend here with our dark green. Good. Get some dark green too. Get some texture in there. Good. Get some more dark green on my brush. Bring that in. And then we're gonna go in with some light green here as well. I'm just gonna do a few strokes of the light green in this big one. And I really want to put emphasis on that stroking pattern. So we're gonna just bring some lines in like that, coming out on one side, then coming out on the other side. Good. I wonder if you can now guess what we're making. Yes, if you guessed the lily pad, you are correct. We're making some lily pads here. Awesome. We're gonna go in back and get some more light green, and we're gonna do the same thing here. Bring in that shape. Some more paint on our brush. Get some dark green on our brush because I covered some of it up here. We're going to bring it back out. Love that. Okay. So now while our first layer of lily pad is dry, we're gonna go ahead and start making some fish. We're gonna start making some fish. So I'm thinking for our first fish, we'll go with orange. I love the color orange, it's super bright. So that means we're gonna need to do some more mixing here. I'm gonna go ahead and take red. Red is one of our primary colors. So we're gonna take red and we're gonna bring it to another section on our paint plate. And then, does anyone know what color needs to go with red to make orange? If you guessed yellow, you would be correct. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some yellow paint and go ahead and mix it with my red so I can make orange. I'm gonna make orange here. So I'm mixing my red and my yellow. Nice. Okay, so now that I have my orange ready, I can go ahead and I'm gonna use a teardrop as inspiration. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in and we're gonna curve up and then bring that curve down. So I'm gonna follow that curve again. Taking my orange paint, I'm gonna curve up and then down. And I'm gonna give it 2 little tails. 1 little tail, 2 little tails. And I'm gonna go ahead and fill in my fish, the orange. Good. I'm gonna give it 2 little knobs on the left side and the right side at the bottom near its tail. I'm gonna just go whoop. And I'm gonna do another one here. I'm gonna go whoop. And I'm gonna get another one up here on its left side. Just go whoop. Yep. And then I'm gonna do another one here on its right side, closer up to its head. Whoop. Whoop. Good. Run that all in. And I'm gonna go in and layer here so that this orange gets brighter. So once this first layer dries, we can go in and we can put a second layer in. But while we have that, the base of our first fish, we're gonna go ahead and try and fit a second fish in here. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean my brush. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna get some of that white. So go ahead and get some white paint. I'm gonna make a white fish here. And this one is gonna be much smaller. We're gonna take that teardrop inspiration. We're gonna go here, come up and around, and then go whoop. And then we're gonna go down, and we're gonna go whoop. Small little koi fish here. Maybe we can make a bigger head here. Yeah, curve it away from our lily pad and give it a taller head. Awesome. I'm gonna go ahead and fill in our little fishy in white, and then we're gonna give it some tails. I love that. And these curved shapes that we have them in, it makes them look like they're swimming. So I love that. So we're gonna fill in some more here. And then we're gonna give it some fins. We're gonna give it one here. We're gonna go whoop. And then we're gonna go on the other side, and we're gonna give it another one. We're gonna go whoop, right over our orange tail. That's okay, sometimes that happens. I'm gonna layer that up a little bit to hide some of that orange. Okay. Good. So we have the shape of our two fishy here. I'm gonna go ahead and clean my brush. Get some more of that orange. I really want them to stand out. So then I'm gonna go in and layer some more orange on my fish. So now I'm gonna clean off my brush, and we're gonna do some cool things here to our lily pads. We're gonna put some attitude on our lily pads. So I'm gonna go in here with some yellow into my lily pad. And I'm gonna make some yellow lines here. Just blended, very light, into my lily pads. Some yellow lines. Looks like we're bringing sunshine in. I'm gonna do some here as well. I'm gonna go in and do some here as well. I'm gonna give us some lines here for some separation and definition. More yellow. With that lily pad look. I'm gonna do the same thing here, give some little lines. I'm gonna go all the way around this one. And I'm gonna put some lines here. And then give it some separation on the left-hand side. Do a little bit of yellow here. Shaded lines, some definition lines here. I'm not going to do too many. Here, on this side. Good. And then we can bring in some more here. And then go ahead and bring in some yellow lines here. Love that definition. I feel like I want to do some of that with some black as well. Get a little bit of black and bring some contrast in here. Very thin lines if we can. And then here as well. Put some definition in some of it. And some here as well. Bring some yellow lines back in, right next to that black for some standout contrast. Good. Love that. Do some on the other side as well. The good thing about black and white is it can do so many wonders for your canvas. If you want shadow, you bring in some black. If you want to start something over, you can bring in white, cover it, let it dry, and then you can go back over it with a color that you want. Bring in some black here as well. And grab some yellow, bring that right at the edge of that black, blend them in. Good. And then bring some black in that last one, or last two. Bring in some shadow. Let it blend. Bring in some yellow. Again, very light lines. I'm mixing a little bit of yellow and black together. To give it some dimension. Now we can clean up our brush after we do our last lotus, our last lily pad. Clean up my brush. And we're going to go ahead in here and we're going to finish our koi fish. So I'm going to do a very, very bright yellow line right in the middle of my koi fish here. We're going to start right up here and we're going to come down through its middle. Back in with a little bit more. And through its middle. I'm going to bring it all the way down. And I'm going to go in with some more yellow. I'm going to go here at the top. And blend it in a little bit with that orange. Do some more. I'm going to bring some yellow into the fins. I'm going to clean off my brush. And I'm going to add some red in my other koi fish. I'm going to get some red. And we're going to give it some spots. I'm going to just fill it with some spots here. Give your fish some character. I'm going to give it another big spot here. Good. And then a small little spot here at its tail. I'm going to give it some red in its face. Good. Alright. And then the last thing I want us to do And I want us to go in here and make some ripples in the water. So I'm going to spice up my painting with some water flow and water movement. So I'm just going to go here and just add some like lines. Some lines. Some lines for movement. Some lines. All right. We want our water to look like it's moving. Good. And I think our last lily pad could use some lines. And sometimes our paint isn't dry yet, so I just make sure I use a lighter stroke. And a lighter stroke. Good. And we have some water lines here. All right, everyone. Here's our picture of our koi fish. Awesome job. I'm so proud of everyone for painting with faith today. Give yourselves a round of applause, a pat on the back. I'm so proud of everyone. Great job, and stay tuned for another episode of Paint with Faith with Kathrina. See you all soon. Bye.